Ollie, congrats firstly. 4 years, much was made about the possibility of signing a 2-year deal to go into free agency, but you signed the 4-year deal. Could you run us through your decision, if that's all right?
Yeah, for sure. For my first 2 contracts, I've 3, sorry. Obviously the first one's set in place, but they've all been to this stage. But I guess it shows a little bit where the club's at and where I see the club as, showing a little bit more commitment to go past that first free agency step and take me for 4 years. So I'm just excited to sort of put that long-term future into perspective, and that's what I sort of looked at basing my decision on, and I think we're pretty set up for the next 4 years, so why not commit now?
There's a bit of uncertainty. I mean, no one really knew if it was happening or not happening. Was there much doubt in your mind about re-signing with the club?
I wouldn't say doubt. I think in decisions like these, you got to weigh them up and see what's best for you. I think in the changing landscape of AFL footy, it's becoming like a business. You've got to, as I said, do the right thing for you. And I had to weigh up all the options. Obviously, there's a home state pull back to Melbourne, or staying with the club that gave me the opportunity. And I guess for what I base myself around and how I live my life, it was a pretty easy decision to stay in Adelaide and stay with this club that's given me the opportunity.
So I guess what was the biggest factor for you for putting pen to paper?
Just how comfortable I am. I guess if it's not broken, why fix it? I'm here and it's working really well for me. I'm surrounded by a great group of guys that I've formed lifelong relationships with, not just the players, the coaches, the wider stakeholders of this club, down to the supporters. They've all been so kind to me and my family, and as I said, if it's all working fine, why change anything? So I'm happy to stay around for another 4 years.
Now that it's all happened, can you talk us through the timeline a little bit? When did people start talking, and when did you sort of start making a pretty steadfast decision?
Oh, look, to be honest, I've always been very comfortable in Port Adelaide colours and being at Alberton. As I said, I had to weigh up all the options. Obviously, I left that to management to sort of see what was out there, but I would have been stupid not to sort of search in that area. And look, I've been comfortable all along. I said, and Kenny, Chris Davies, Keith Thomas, they all knew that I was very comfortable, and it was going to be a matter of time. And to be honest, it was sort of yesterday, 3 o'clock, that I just early in the morning I rang the management and sort of had a word and said, yeah, ready to go. And it happens very quickly, I tell you that.
You did say you said a while ago that it's the sort of thing that you wake up one day and just be like, this is the right decision.
Yeah.
Was that what happened yesterday?
Yeah, definitely. As I've said the whole time, my mind space has been so positive around the club. I've never felt uncomfortable at all. I love going to work each day. I love playing with the guys next to me. So it was one of those decisions where it was a matter of time where I've just felt comfortable to do it. And yesterday was the day, and yeah, we're here now and it's done.
Can we talk about the captain stuff? And Kenny said the other night that you were a future captain of the mate. Does that sit with you, and was that a factor in the decision?
No, it wasn't a factor at all. Look, that's pretty flattering to hear that from Kenny, but at the moment, look, if I've got aspirations to captain the club down the track, which I would love to do one day, but at this stage, playing under Boki, learning off him, we've brought some incredible leadership into the club this year, learning off Tommy Rockcliffe, Jack Trengove, these type of guys. That's sort of not on my mind at the moment. I'm just sort of playing the best footy I can play, and those things will take care of themselves, but that wasn't really a reason in making the decision.
What's over the next 4 years? What's the expectation with this group? What's the past one?
Oh, look, we want to play, I guess, finals every year, like every team does, and I think we've got the list at the moment to really challenge in September. So we'd love to win a flag. Everyone says that, and I think the next 4 years is, which is a little bit why I've made the decision to sign the 4 years. I think over that time period, we're poised to have a crack at it better than anyone.
What was it going so well? You see all the other clubs, and there's in South Australia problems with some it's all easy. What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we've got a tradition of being a pretty family-orientated club, and as soon as you're drafted in the club, you're one of us, and your family's taken in. Full credit to the support staff we've got. John Hinge is our welfare manager. Chris Davies, footy manager. Kenny's enormous in that area. Just, I guess, welcoming us and making us feel like family. There hasn't been a day where I've sort of not felt like I belonged at Port Adelaide, and along with that, I guess all the fans we get to play in front of, and this magnificent stadium.
Is that hard to believe? I remember the stories when you first got drafted. Mum was, itchy or whatever, lose my boy to South Australia, and now you just signed a 4-year deal, which takes you, 8, 10 years, whatever it is at the club at the end of it. Is it hard to believe the difference in your mindset, your family's mindset over that journey?
Yeah, for sure. When I was drafted, the club was sort of on its knees. Fortunately enough, they brought in some incredible leadership in Kenny, KT, Koshi and Travis Boak, and I think those 4 guys have turned this club around and got it to where no one else wants to leave. We've got the ability to draft interstate players and back the club that they'll form a relationship with them that they don't go back. And it's a really good club to be around at the moment. As I said, it's a family club, and that's a big part of me staying.
So is the family club part of it the biggest reason why players don't leave? I mean, some absolute superstars in the club, yourself, Robbie, Trav, all from interstate. That lure to go home was obviously big for all of you guys. Why is it that everyone seems to want to play and stay at Port Adelaide?
Tough question. I guess what I've said, we just feel like we belong here. We're welcomed from day one when we walk through the door, and from that point on, we're given every opportunity to succeed. We may not be the richest or have the most money to spend on facilities and whatnot, but we're given as much as we can to succeed, and I guess just what the club's built around since 1870. We've got a lot of tradition, so it's good to be a part of that and sort of write your name into it.
Ollie, what was Kenny like during the negotiations? Did he sort of urge you to sign, or was he happy to give you a space?
Nah, Kenny's been really good throughout. He's always known where I was at. He speaks to my parents a fair bit, so he always knew that the time would come. He was never worried, so that was really reassuring to have a coach like that, I guess.
Was he a factor, the fact that you wanted to keep playing under him?
Yeah, certainly. Probably the biggest second thoughts I had was when his future was up in the air a little bit. That perhaps would have made my decision a little bit tougher, because myself, I've formed such a good bond with him. He's almost like a bit of a father figure over here, not just for me, but I know I can speak on behalf of a lot of the boys. I guess he's a big part of why I've made the decision.
What was he like yesterday when you told him? What did he say?
He wasn't too fussed, to be honest, because he probably knew it was going to happen sooner rather than later, better than anyone. But I think he's pretty happy.
Just on another something a little bit different. Tom Jonas out at training today. How's he travelling? Is he looking like he'll front up this week?
Yeah, no, he's flying today. So I don't know. Hamstrings seem to be a pretty big issue in the AFL these days. So I don't think they'll take any risks. But he was moving today, so I think we have another run here tomorrow, and probably get the tick after that, I would have thought. Yeah, Das is fine. He's again hamstring. Take no risks. So he ran the other day, trained today. So he'll probably get ticked off tomorrow.
Another one, Jack Wattsy had his time in Sandford on the weekend, and post game he was glowing. Said how much fun he had and how much he enjoyed it. How's he travelling at the moment? Just on the track and generally? Yeah,
no, he's up and about. Obviously he missed out on being picked for the AFL side last week, but to see him go back into the SANFL and do what he did, and I guess go back there with the attitude that he wanted to do well, he wanted to help the boys win, and just to see the result they got as a team to beat Sturt, probably a little bit undermanned compared to Sturt, and Jack, he knows he's got to play his best footy to get back in the side, but fortunately enough for I guess the AFL side, we've got a SANFL team that's in form over the last couple of matches, so they're going to keep us honest to keep our spots.
You ready for a fairly bruising midfield encounter on Friday night?
Yeah, definitely. Look, we probably see Melbourne as the best midfield in the league. Probably them and Collingwood are right up there in that contest style of play. So I think they match up very well with us. They've got some big body mids in there, some tall guys, so I think the game's going to be won and lost in there.
How do you go into that sort of game mentally? Because a lot of other teams you go in there with maybe one or two other big bodies, but this one there's most of them are big bodies. Do you sort of prepare, into the 120 minutes of real heavy stuff here?
Yeah, I think we've got to prepare the same we have for the last couple of weeks. Probably all the way back to Hawthorn, we've dominated contested possession and clearance throughout those matches. So I think bringing that mindset of beating your man to the ball and getting it out is the way to go. Obviously, matching up on a few more bigger bodies this week, so we're just going to have to be on the ball